Hello everyone. What if I told you that you are spending way more money than you realize? That your increasing number of payment methods are actually making it easier for you to buy more things? And what if I told you that there are people who work at your favorite companies that have entire careers based on figuring out how to reduce the friction it takes for you to purchase their products? In this video, we will be looking at the cashless effect and investigating why we should be a little more careful with our money in an increasingly digital world. Throughout history, we have had numerous ways of paying for things. In ancient times, we used to barter, trading cows for wheat, for example. Then we evolved to coins to standardize trade, then paper money, which was easier to carry. Then we had cards so that we could pay for things with money we had or didn't have. And now we are going increasingly digital with mobile wallets on our phones, tablets, and watches. We have come a long way. One thing you will notice is that as time has gone on, our pain of payment, or the negative feeling we get when we are separated from our financial resources, has drastically decreased. I mean, there is a big difference between me tapping my wrist on the payment terminal and trading my cow, Henry, who I raised since he was a small calf. So how does spending impact us psychologically? And how does it account for the fact that the pain of paying is so much less than it was even 10 years ago? Well, a couple reasons. Tangibility plays a major role, and the best way to explain this is through an example. Imagine you are paying for a $100 computer monitor. One option is to pay the whole thing with 400 quarters, another is to pay with 10 $10 bills, and the next is to tap your credit card on the terminal. If you pay with the quarters, you can feel the weight of the amount of money you are spending. With the $10 bills, you can see the money you are handing over to the cashier. But with a credit card, it's just a simple action and you don't see any money changing hands. Physically handing over money gives your brain an idea of how much money you are losing, but doing it digitally basically leaves no trace of it in your memory, especially if you don't ask for a receipt. Abstraction, specifically of digital money, also plays a role. If I show you an orange on the screen, are you going to take it seriously if I offer it to you? I mean, forget that it's a drawing for a second. Would you really take it seriously if I said to eat this thing? No. That's because it's not a real orange. It's an abstract orange. Well, the same goes for money. Perhaps you've loaded your Amazon account with $100, and now it appears on your screen as money to spend. Or maybe you're playing your favorite video game and you pay $100 for 50 game credits and it shows up like rubies. Be honest, does it feel real? How likely are you to spend it? It just doesn't evoke the same emotional response as holding physical cash, so you're likely to spend more. The fact of the matter is that the easier it is to exchange money and not see it, the more likely you are to spend it. And companies know this, which is why we have many different types of ways to pay nowadays. You can buy things from an online retailer and save your credit card details so the next time you buy, you can purchase with just one click. In fact, Google Wallet and Apple Wallet can standardize your digital shopping by allowing you to part with your money directly through them with just a tap or a press of a button. And with subscription services, you only have to put in your information once and never worry about it again. Your money will be spent monthly and you will never have to look at it or do anything. You may even forget it's so easy. Now, I know we were talking before about how we evolved from trading cows to trading cash and how that significantly reduced our pain of payment. And that took thousands of years. But think about this. Just 10 years ago, we were going to ATMs because many shops only accepted cash. But now, thanks to the cashless acceleration of the pandemic, going to the ATM seems almost ridiculous if you have a smartphone with your digital cards on them. Even paying a friend back for pizza can be done with Venmo or Bizum, so who needs cash? And let's not forget here, completely frictionless spending is not good for the average person. We work hard for our money, and it should be somewhat difficult for us to give it to someone else. So what can we do to bring some of that friction back for healthier spending habits? Notifications are a great way to give some feedback on your financial actions. Most banks and credit card companies will allow you to turn on notifications when you make a purchase. By getting a notification about the purchase you just made, it will let you mentally account for the amount of money you spent, as opposed to just ignoring it. This is also a great security measure to take just in case someone gets your credit card information, It's instant feedback. Regularly checking on your finances online will allow you space to consider your financial situation and how you're spending your money. Many financial institutions will give you a breakdown on how you are spending your money and even allow you to put limits on how much you can spend. Just checking in once a week can make a meaningful difference. When doing this, I highly suggest you review your monthly subscriptions and other recurring purchases. Last year, I reviewed my subscriptions and I ended up saving about $42 a month, which is almost $500 a year through canceling subscriptions I didn't use anymore. They are so easy to forget, especially when you don't do regular financial checkups. One last thing to try is increasing your use of cash when you are on a budget. Sure, it's a pain to go to the ATM and not everything, for example online purchases, can be bought using cash. But if you are going to go shopping with some friends, maybe taking out the cash that you want to spend will prevent you from overspending when you run out of it. The cashless effect is only going to become more evident in our society with time. Companies will always find ways to make it easier for us to give them money. There's just too much of a financial incentive. But being knowledgeable about this is a good first step, and there are several steps we can personally take to spend how we want to spend. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.